let them know that they shouldn't be touching the doors. Yeah. Magical train station wake-up skill power beam boost. You start saying the traffic light is blue instead of saying it's green. Hey guys and girls, it's Kathy Cat, your fashion reporter here from Tokyo, and this time we're going to talk about 5 things that people who've lived in Japan for too long might catch themselves out doing that almost count as having turned them a little bit Japanese. What could it be? Let's go and find out together. Let's go.
3210
Number 1, when you ride a taxi or when you get out of a taxi in Japan here, you never touch the doors. The same way that the black cabs are unique to the United Kingdom, so do Japanese cabs have a very specific or special mechanism in the doors. And that mechanism lets the driver of the cab open the doors for you. You don't have to touch it. He opens it for you to step in, and he opens it for you after you paid the bill to leave the cab. I must say a couple of foreigners get that wrong at the start. They open the door by themselves and they close it by themselves, and it can make the cab driver pretty angry because that mechanism isn't built for that. It can apparently also break it if you really put a lot of force and effort into it. So if you have friends and they're new to Japan and they're just about to go with you in the cab, maybe let them know that they shouldn't be touching the doors because it's dangerous and it's not good. But once you lived here for a long time, you kind of expect the driver to do it, and you kind of get a little bit annoyed if he's taking too much time opening the door for you. So that's one of the things that you'll realize. So don't touch the doors, just step out or into the cab like that. That's one of the things, if you live here for long enough, you do automatically, but when you're new here, you might get confused about.
Number 2, when you enter someone's house without shoes, you start feeling uncomfortable, nya. Because generally, you always are getting used to taking your shoes off, nya, when you enter someone's house, nya, nya, nya. Therefore, nya, nya, nya. When you enter someone's house with shoes on, you're not happy, and you feel like something's wrong. So when you go back to your family house in your own country, you feel like you're out of place, nya, because you should have taken your shoes off, nya. Oh, 見てきた. Nya. NEXT
Number 3, you can do the magical train station wake-up skill power beam boost. What do I mean by that? Now, Japanese people generally, if they get a seat on the train and if they're going out of Tokyo to go where they live because it's cheaper out of Tokyo, they sometimes are on the train for an hour and a half, 2 hours, or even longer. And some people have it down to a notch that the moment they sleep the whole journey, but they wake up 1 minute before their station. I don't know how they do it. It's a real skill. I thought I could never do it, but when I started doing the full-on commute into work out of Tokyo, 2.5 hours commute or similar things like that, I started getting so tired that I learned to sleep on the train. That was step 1. And then step 2, I actually did the thing. I actually woke up just before my stop or when my stop was announced, and I don't know how, I don't know why. It's some kind of magic voodoo thing, and it's working. It's working. You just wake up magically. It's fascinating.
お疲れ様です
Number 4, you start developing a taste for plain white rice. Japanese people will sooner or later say they miss rice or they just want the rice the way they're used to it, meaning the Japanese type of sticky rice, which means it sticks together and is really tasty, and you actually figure out you don't need much more. So, for example, you can just have a bowl of like hot steaming rice and then maybe a little bit of flavoring with it, or maybe a bit of salt with it, or a bit of soy sauce with it, and it's fine. You don't even more. So if you have just a salted onigiri, the ones that you can sometimes get in the supermarket, and that's all you need, you're good. You don't need all the fancy stuff. And I think that's interesting. I would never saw rice the same way. We had like different types of rice in Germany, and we had like wild rice and dark rice and all kinds of rice flavors. But when you come to Japan, you start to love the shokkan, getting the way how there's a bite to the rice and the way the rice sticks together, and you don't need much more. It's fascinating. Sometimes all I just want is a bowl of steaming hot rice and a raw egg on top. And that's it. Maybe a bit of soy sauce. I tell you, it's delish. So good.
準備はいいですか
Number 5, you start saying the traffic light is blue instead of saying it's green. Now, I don't know why Japanese people say this. Usually, 信号は青になりました meaning the traffic light has turned blue. For us, it's usually green, but culture perception can be different. So the green light you can see here right now, in Japanese you'd actually say the light is blue. And once you get used to telling that or hearing that, you might catch yourself out on actually also referring to this color as blue. Hey, I don't know why, but it just happens. I tell you, it happens. Culture perceptions.
お疲れ様です。
Those were 5 things that you might catch yourself doing when you've lived in Japan for a little bit too long. Another one that happened to me this morning was when I was getting ready, putting all of this on. I was too lazy to check where my phone was, wanted to find out what time it is, and turned my water tap to hot water, and there's a little display in my bathroom that then told me the time. Is there anything we missed in this list? Let us know in the comments down below. I hope you've already subscribed for more stuff here from Tokyo, and don't forget to give us a like to say thanks for this video. It was lovely hanging out with you, and I'll catch you soon with another video from Ash Japanese. This was Kathy Cat, and take care. Bye!